Hey everybody, welcome back. How's everybody's Friday going? Everybody got a good little break today? If you're tuning in now, remember that you need to comment with your first and last name, and even it makes it easier for us if you comment what campus you're from. So, how's everybody doing? Miss y'all a bunch of times. I know I say it every day, but I really do miss y'all. So I'm just gonna wait a few just to make sure everybody comes on. That's coming on to the best of their ability. Hey, Ava. So what? This is official day 4. How is everybody's day 4 of quarantine? Well, day 4 of online classes, day the whatever of quarantine. How's everybody's day going? Day drinking. Oh, Miranda, same. I am so ready for this to be over when we go back to school. I know, Kimberly. It was a good break, but today has felt like forever. So I hope everybody got their assignments in Somali. Again, there were 3 assignments. If you had any problems, I did text the assignments to I texted the assignments to Molly, so she has them as well. I know some of y'all apparently only got 1. It's okay. Oh yeah, yeah. We'll see how all this is gonna go. Online classes for these students is especially like it's still in like primary school. What was the other assignment? It's the one I sent you. You should be perfectly fine, Brianna. It should be the one from Jeremy this morning, and it's going to be the ones that I sent you earlier in the email, the Quizlets. Yeah. Well, if you aren't getting the assignments, there's 4. So there's the one from Jeremy, and then there's the 3 that I sent through email, 3 Quizlets. You'll have to talk to Lily. She's saying I'm missing one. Okay, we'll figure it out, Brianna. We'll figure it out here in a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and go over them. So I hope you have your assignments up and ready. So of course on the quiz 1, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I have people trying to get on the live right now. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Okay. So if there's anything going on or you're not getting assignments, please text me. We're trying really hard to make sure everybody's getting all the emails. It's kind of been an uphill battle almost. So we're getting it as best we can. All right. So the first one on quiz 1 is, are various poisonous substances produced by some microorganisms? So are various substances produced by some microorganisms? I'm sorry if it's frozen. So are various poisonous substances produced by some microorganisms? All right. So of course, everybody got them right. They're toxins. Toxins are poisonous substances produced by some microorganisms. All right. So our next one, hi Maria, are round-shaped bacteria. Round, not rod, round. Some are round-shaped bacteria. Perfect. So cocci. Cocci are round-shaped bacteria. Round-shaped bacteria. All right. So number 3 is a contagious skin disease caused by the itch mite. Is a contagious skin disease caused by the itch mite. All right. So yes, Julie. All right. So scabies is a contagious skin disease caused by the itch mite. All right. So number 4 on that first quiz is the most frequently encountered infection on the foot resulting from nail surfaces. Okay, so it is tinea, but what? You gotta think just foot. Tinea just means ringworm. So perfect. So tinea pedis. Perfect. All right. And last but not least on this first section of your quiz, the type of bacteria that really show any motility. Yeah, I don't do very well with feet, Joelle. I can't do it. Um, I'm pretty sure if I've ever taught some of y'all either bacteriology or pedicures from the older girls from the South, know my story from when I was in school. I will never forgive nor forget. All right. So again, perfect. Cocci are a type of bacteria that rarely show any activity or motility. All right. So number 1. I'm not touching feet on anything. So no. Oh, Laura, you remember it. I've told y'all multiple times in the SD room. All right. So number 1 for matching is bioburden. Yeah, well, some people love it. Some people don't like it. I just miss interacting with everybody. As much as I'm not a people person, I'm like, I really do miss interacting with everybody, and I really didn't think I would miss it, but I do. Have grown on me, like fun guy. All right, so perfect. C, the number of viable organisms in or on the object or surface or organic matter on a surface or object prior to decontamination or sterilization is called C, bioburden. All right, so number 2 is acquired immunity. Acquired immunity. All right, so perfect. Acquired immunity is is D, the type of immunity that the body develops after overcoming a disease through in conclusions. It's basically your body came into the contact of it. You've acquired it. It's not what you're born with. Yes, Maria. Number 2 is D. So number 3 is spore forming. Spore forming. Perfect. Everybody knew this one. So number 3 is B. The active stage or inactive or spore forming stage of bacteria are referred to as the life cycle of bacteria. All right. So number 4 is bloodborne pathogen. Bloodborne pathogen. It's a great question. I don't know who Lucy the unicorn is. Is she really a unicorn? All right. So yes, number 4 is a disease causing microorganisms that are carried in the body by blood or bodily fluids is bloodborne pathogens. I didn't tell. Oh gosh. We're gonna have this again like John yesterday. Identify yourself. I mean, you know what? This is the time to make decisions about purple hair. I am about to dye my hair pink again. I'm so done being stuck in this house and only going like 2 places. Yeah, let Lucy live her life. But yeah, I think I'm gonna dye my hair pink again. All right, so number 5, plant animal. Plant animal. I know. I miss having rainbow hair. I do miss it. I know. I love the pink too. I feel like it's my color. It's just who I am. All right, so perfect. 5 is E. One-celled microorganisms with both plant and animal characteristics are bacteria. Yeah, I've had every single color of hair. Like, um, when I went through beauty school, my hair was fire engine red. It, oh no, L89 is not going to do me justice. Mom has to at least be able to go back blonde eventually. Well, when we're out of quarantine, I'll show you a picture of my fire engine red hair. It was a look. It was a whole vibe. All right. So, number 1, what is characterized by redness, swelling, heat, and pain? So, what is characterized by redness, swelling, and heat, pain? Perfect. It's inflammation. Inflammation is going to be characterized by redness, swelling, heat, and pain. All right. So, number 2, um, human immunodeficiency virus is the virus that causes what? The virus that causes what? Yeah, everybody will be prepared for the written. Everybody. No one will have to worry anymore. No one will have to stress. We're going to be prepared. Perfect. So, yes, it is a human immunodeficiency virus that is a virus that causes AIDS. All right. So, invasion of body tissues by disease causing blank bacteria can result in an infection. I need to quit touching my face. Jeez. I do wash my hands like literally all the time, so no corona over here. Beer or virus. All right, so one more time, the invasion of body tissues by disease causing blank bacteria can result in an infection, and that is going to be C, pathogenic or pathogen. On the Quizlets, it keeps saying pathogen, but it is what it is. All right, so number 4 is a fungus that affects plants or grows on inanimate objects, but does not cause human infections in the salon. Jeremy's gotten all of you for roll call. Don't worry. Flooding the chat with your name. All right. So, yes, it is A. Mildew is a fungus that affects plants or grows on inanimate objects that does not cause human infections in the salon. Mildew. So, Morgan, I got to thinking about it the other day. I have to show you Emmy eventually on one of these lives because she has gotten so big. All right, so number 5. Bacteria generally consist of an outcell wall containing a liquid called what? All right, perfect. So, yes, bacteria generally consist of an outcell wall containing a liquid called protoplasm. B. All right. Now we're on to our true false questions. And number one is a disease caused by bloodborne virus that causes liver damage is a parasite. All right, so if it's false, what is it? Tell me what she is. Perfect. So, disease caused by a bloodborne virus that causes liver damage is hepatitis. So, yes, that would have been false. All right. So, number two, an example of a pimpler abscess is non pathogenic. True or false? I'm sorry, Olivia. All right. So, if she's false, what is she? Perfect. So, yes, an example of a pimpler abscess is a local infection. So, yes, that would be false. All right. So, number three, are spiral or corkscrew shaped bacteria spirilla? Perfect. So, yes, spirilla is spiral or corkscrew shaped bacteria. So, yes, that would be true. All right. So, number four, a sign of bacteria of a bacterial infection is present of pus. So, the presence of pus is the sign of a bacterial infection. True or false for number four? Perfect. So, yes, pus is the sign of a bacterial infection. And last but not least for this one is number five is a parasitic submicroscopic particle that infects and resides in the cells of a biological organism, MRSA. So is that MRSA? And if it's false, what is it? Perfect. So a parasitic submicroscopic particle that infects and resides in the cells of biological organisms is a virus. So yes, that would be false. False, 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 false. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to our second worksheet. And the first one for that are rod-shaped bacteria. What are rod-shaped bacteria? Rod-shaped, not, sorry, I am round-shaped, not rod. Round-shaped bacteria. Y'all knew. Y'all knew. All right, so correct. It is cocci. Cocci is rod-shaped bacteria. All right, so for number two, the number of viable organisms in or on the object or surface or organic matter on a surface or object prior to decontamination or sterilization is called what? That is the longest question ever. It's kind of tricky to say out loud, not necessarily to understand. All right, so perfect. The number of viable organisms in or on the object or surface or organic matter on a surface or object prior to decontamination or sterilization is bioburden. All right, so number 3. Bacteria generally consist of an outside wall containing a liquid called what? What is she called? Bacteria generally consist of an outside wall containing what? A liquid called what? Perfect. Protoplasm. So protoplasm is that out cell outer liquid. All right. So number 4, one-celled microorganisms with both blank and blank characteristics are bacteria. Perfect. Thank you, Lauren. Perfect. Okay. So one-celled microorganisms with both plant and animal characteristics are bacteria. Occasionally, something in the world, one is wrong. It's perfectly fine. We understand. All right. So number 5, the active stage or inactive or blank stage of bacteria are referred to as the life cycle of bacteria. All right, perfect. So yes, the active stage or inactive or spore forming stage of bacteria are referred to as the life cycle of bacteria. So spore forming stage, not spode. All right, so moving on to our matching. The first one is pus. Pus, number 1. Literally my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I love watching people plugging videos, abscess videos, anything along those lines. I love. My favorite thing to watch. Perfect. So E. A sign of a bacterial infection is the presence of pus. So number 2, AIDS. Number 2 is AIDS. Perfect. So human immunodeficiency virus is the virus that causes AIDS. All right. So number 3 is toxins. Number 3 is toxins. All right, perfect. So C, toxins are various poisonous substances produced by some microorganisms. So that would be C. Number 4 is scabies. Number 4 is scabies. All right, so yes, perfect. Scabies is a contagious skin disease caused by the itch mite, D. And number 5, virus. Try not to say it. All right, so number 4, virus, or 5, virus. Perfect. So virus is a parasitic submicroscopic particle that infects and resides in the cells of biological organisms. All right, so multiple choice. Number 1 is a reaction due to extreme sensitivity to certain foods, chemicals, or other normally harmless substances. So perfect. Yes. A. MRSA is a reaction due to extreme sensitivity to certain foods, chemicals, or other normally harmless substances. All right, so number 2, bacteria are harmless. The definition for A is MRSA, or number 1, MRSA is a reaction due to extreme sensitivity to certain foods, chemicals, or other normally harmless substances. Number 2 was bacteria that are harmless. And perfect. C, non-pathogenic, um, is a bacteria that is harmless. So number 3 is a disease that can be transmitted from one person to another. Can be transmitted from one person to another. So perfect, yes. So a contagious or communicable disease is a disease that can be transmitted from one person to another. Number 4 is a disease causing microorganisms that are carried in the body or the body by blood or bodily fluids are called what? Perfect. So disease causing microorganisms that are carried in the body by blood or bodily fluids are called D, bloodborne pathogens. And last but not least on this part, a disease caused by a bloodborne virus that causes liver damage. So perfect. Hepatitis is a disease caused by a bloodborne virus that causes liver damage. So now we're going to go on to our true or false questions. And that first true or false question is a type of immunity that the body develops after overcoming a disease or through, in conclusions, spore forming. All right, perfect. So it is false. First of all, spore forming is not an immunity. And then second of all, when the body develops the immunity by overcoming a disease or through vaccines or something along those lines, then that's when it's acquired immunity. So number 2, are spiral or corkscrew shaped bacteria spirilla? Okay. So yes, spiral or corkscrew shaped bacteria that are they're called spirilla, and it is true. So number 3 is a type of bacteria that rarely show any active motility, fungi. All right, and if it's false, what it is? What is it? What it is? Check yourself, Katie. Perfect. So it would be false, Coxy. Coxy are the ones that show rarely show any motility. All right. So our next one is number 4. An example of a pimple or abscess is non-pathogenic. All right. I'll take your word for it. And again, if it is false, what is the correct answer? Perfect. So yes. An example of a pimple or abscess would be a local infection. It is not non-pathogenic. All right. And last but not least on this quiz, um, organisms that feed, grow, and find shelter on or in a host organism. Parasite. The fly that got in here, and I can see it. All right. So perfect. Parasite is an organism that feeds, grows, and finds shelter on or in a host organism. Perfect, guys. And we're on our last quiz. We can do this. We got this. It's our Friday. Friday. All right. So an example of a pimple or abscess. Example of a pimple or abscess. Perfect. So an example of a pimple or abscess is local infection. Local infection. All right. Organisms that feed, grow, and find shelter on or in a host organism. Organisms that feed, grow, and find shelter on or in a host organism. Perfect. So that would be a parasite. Parasites are the organisms that feed, grow, and find shelter on or in a host organism. All right, so number 3, a spiral or corkscrew-shaped bacteria. Again, spiral or corkscrew-shaped bacteria. No, Brianna, spiral or corkscrew-shaped. You're thinking of a rod-shaped bacteria. Perfect. So spirilla. Spirilla is going to be our spiral or corkscrew-shaped bacteria. All right, so number 4. You're perfectly fine for being lame. It's okay. No one's going to bite you. All right, so most frequently encountered infection on the foot resulting from nail surfaces. Also known as athlete's foot. Yeah. Okay. Got some situation going on the foot. Perfect. So tinea pedis is the most frequently encountered infection on the foot resulting in nail surfaces. Causes pneumonia? No. Mm-mm. It's athlete's foot. All right, so number 5, what is characterized by redness, swelling, heat, and pain? All right, so when we think of redness, swelling, heat, pain, we think of inflammation. All right, so number 1 on our matching is going to be cocci. Number 1 is cocci. What do we get when we look for this bacteria? Yeah, give me all the likes. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, girl. All right, so yes, you are 110% correct. I don't know how this happened, but it did. We're here. So number 1 is E and F because they are a rod-shaped bacteria, and they are the one bacteria that rarely shows any motility. So yes, it is E and F. E and F are number 1. So number 2 is fungi. Number 2 is fungi. Was it a trick? Or was it giving you extra information? We'll never know. So again, number 2, fungi. And yes, it is A. So fungi are microscopic plant particles that include mold, mildew, and yeast. So again, mold, mildew, and yeast are fungi. All right, toxins is number 3. Toxins. Toxic ex-boyfriend. Toxins. Or the Britney Spears song, Toxic. We're here. It's been a long week. Well, I like all dogs. Well, most dogs, yes. So, I guess I like her too. I'm like, it's a miracle that my dogs aren't whining right now. All right. So, number 3 is toxins. So toxins are various poisonous substances produced by some microorganisms. Ex-boyfriend. Tell me I'm wrong. So number 4 is hepatitis. Hepatitis. Hepatitis is number 4. So perfect. So number 4 is D. Hepatitis is a disease caused by a virus that causes liver damage. And last but not least for this portion, pus. What? Pus. Number 5. So perfect. Yes. So a sign of a bacterial infection is the presence of pus. Moving on, number 1 is a disease that can be transmitted from one person to another. Number 1 is a disease that can be transmitted from one person to another. Perfect. So yes, number 1 is C, a contagious or communicable disease. All right. So number 2, is a contagious disease, skin disease caused by the itch mite. Number 2 is what? Is it hepatitis, scabies, toxin, or AIDS? Correct. It's B, scabies. So scabies is an itch mite that's a contagious skin disease. So number 3, the invasion of body tissues by a disease causing blank bacteria can result in an infection. Is it toxins, pathogen, parasite, hepatitis? Thought of scabies makes my skin itch. Here we are. Perfect. Yes. So number 3 is the invasion of body tissues by disease causing pathogenic bacteria can result in an infection. All right. So number 4, the active stage and inactive or blank stage of bacteria are referred to as the life cycle of bacteria. Is it spore forming? Is it bio burden? Is it plant and animal? Is it, I can't read the last one. Doesn't matter. Perfect. Yes, it's A. So A, the active stage or inactive or spore-forming stage of bacteria are referred to as the life cycle of bacteria. And last but not least on this portion is a reaction due to extreme sensitivity to certain foods, chemicals, or other normally harmless substances. What is she? What is she? Is she a virus? Is she AIDS? Is she mildew? We will never know. Or will we? Because we have the answer. All right, so correct, D. So MRSA is a reaction due to extreme sensitivity to certain foods, chemicals, or other normally harmless substances. So we're on our last section, the true or false questions. We're almost done. We're almost done. Bye, Brianna. All right, so true or false is a fungus that affects plant or grows on inanimate objects but does not cause human infections in the Salon virus. And if it's false, what is she? Perfect. So yes, it's false. The fungus that affects plants or grows on inanimate objects but doesn't cause us any harm is mildew or any infections. Disease causing microorganisms that are carried in the body by blood or bodily fluids are called spore forming. And if it is false, what is it? Perfect. So yes, for number 2, disease causing microorganisms that are carried in the body by blood or bodily fluids is called bloodborne pathogen. All right, so number 3, one-celled microorganisms with both blank and blank characteristics are bacteria. One-celled microorganisms with blank and blank characteristics are bacteria. Perfect. Yes, it is true. All right, so number 4 is a parasitic submicroscopic particle that infects and resides in the cells of biological organism MRSA. And if she is false, what is she? Perfect. So yes, number 4 is a parasitic submicroscopic particle that infects and resides in the cells of biological organisms, MRSA. It is false. It is called a virus. So please go ahead and pay attention to final roll call. We're going to take a second to let Jeremy get y'all's final roll call. That way there's no issue. He can see everybody. It's not him trying to consistently check it. Y'all are all grouped together. I'm just trying to see if Morgan's still in this chat, because if so, I got to show her something. Maria, we're not done yet. We have one more. We're almost done. Just have one. Our last one was human immunodeficiency virus is the virus that causes AIDS. True or false? Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Hi, honey. So this is Emmy. And Emmy, come here. Come. So Emmy is, no, stop it. Emmy is my baby. But Morgan Martinez, she's big now. She's my little love bug. I know, honey. Yes. She is literally like the biggest lap dog ever. She just wants to be in your lap 24/7. Show us. I'll save the dragon for Monday. Or what I can just do is I'll start bringing on a reptile a day. That's where we're at. But I even have pictures when Emmy was small of her, me taking her up to the house pool with Sherry and Wendy. Yeah, she literally thinks that she's Waylon size. You want to go get your friend out? It really is my pet show. Hold on, I'll go get Waylon. We'll get Whaley. Come on. You want to come here? Come on. So this is Waylon. He's my trick dog. He's gone through thousands of dollars of training that I've put into him for nothing. He can jump through hula hoops. He can go through his tunnel. But that's about it. He listens when he feels like it. Do I have any stinks? So that's what I had to talk to Erica about. I need to find out where to get a Brazilian rainbow boa. I need to find out. Like I need one in my life. I just literally need a rainbow boa. I know, they are so pretty. I've wanted one literally since before Erica posted it. It's not breeding season yet. There's not hatchlings yet. I'm really upset about it. Man, Erica. So Amber, I have a blue tongue skink. I have one. His name is Kink the Skink, and he's got an attitude. Yeah, I know. Most people don't do reptiles, but that's okay. All right, guys. Well, I will see you on Monday. And you will have Molly in place the rest of the weekend, and she'll be going over different things with y'all. A Brazilian rainbow boa, Maria. Yes, sanitize. I will. I will. I promise. I'm gonna wash my hands the first thing I do. Actually, hold on. Have hand sanitizer. Oh yeah, no. I don't. I either get mine from rehome situations or I get them from a reputable breeder. But all right, guys. Well, y'all have a great weekend. Stay tuned in. Get as many hours as you can. Love you all, and I will bring on the skink later next week. Okay. So y'all have a great evening. I love seeing every one of y'all and being interactive in the chat. But I will see y'all Monday.